the temple of voice, truth, resonance, and abundant expression. Quantum opening sound builds bridges that light alone does not cross. Every syllable carries geometry, every breath sculpts time into presence. The voice becomes a chalice where intention liquefies into music and then returns as reality shaped by resonance. Expression turns faith into choreography. Silence becomes an altar rather than a cage. The field arranges around the tone you sustain with devotion. Section 1. Deep Vision. Inside your chest lives a cathedral of air. Pillars rise with each inhale. Stained glass shimmers with memories and possibilities. Bells hang from the soft palate and the ribs. When you speak with coherence, those bells ring and the room of your life changes temperature. People feel weather shift without knowing why. The voice carries a climate. Archetypes gather to protect this temple of resonance. Uno the Cantor holds the key of sincerity and opens the service of each day with one clear note of intention. The listener keeps the pews clean of projection and hears the music beneath the words. The bridge stretches from heart to horizon so that message and mission meet without strain. The drum of earth anchors rhythm in bone and pace in calendar, so that creativity does not scatter. The skylark remembers play and lets delight turn technique into song. The path of the soul moves in phrases and refrains. Some themes return in minor chords until forgiveness resolves them into major. Some vows were taken in dim rooms and now dissolve under sunlight. In this temple, the vow becomes clean. I will not abandon my truth to purchase belonging. I will not abandon my belonging to perform a truth that wounds. I will speak as a hearth that warms, not as a fire that scorches. Section 2. Scientific and Psychological Foundations. Transpersonal psychology recognizes voice as a carrier wave for state and meaning beyond the personal story. Moments of awe, prayer, and unity reorganize speech patterns. The body entrains to the field and prosody changes. Velocity softens, pauses lengthen. A felt sense of connection travels ahead of content and prepares the listener to join the bridge. Humanistic psychology places congruence at center. When feeling, thought, word, and deed sit at the same table, the nervous system relaxes and vitality rises. Unconditional positive regard begins as a tone. The voice of self-acceptance models a climate where experimentation is safe and creativity returns. Authentic speech becomes practice rather than performance. Communication turns into a meeting between values rather than a duel of egos. Neuroscience gives the map of mechanism, the vagus nerve. Links voice, heart, and gut. Prosody signals safety or threat long before semantics arrive. Longer exhalations, soft eyes, and warm tempo tell the amygdala that the lion has left the room. The auditory cortex aligns with predictive models. Repetition paired with emotion prints new priors for what connection feels like. Neuroplasticity obeys three laws. What fires together wires together. What is paired with felt meaning stabilizes. What is enacted through microactions becomes identity. The voice becomes a lever for state change rather than a mirror of panic. A symbolic illustration speaks clearly. A mentor who once spoke in a rush learns to plant periods like stepping stones. Meetings stop spiraling. A singer who strained for high notes discovers that dropping the tongue and softening the eyes lifts the roof of the mouth. The note lands without fight. A therapist who used to over-explain learns to rest one hand on the sternum and speak a single sentence of clean boundary. Sessions deepen. The temple answers alignment. Section 3. Biodecoding. Applied. The body writes the autobiography of expression into tissue. Reading those lines with mercy restores choice. Sore throat and frequent colds often appear when truth queues at the door and is turned away. The immune system carries the cost of postponed sentences. A new script honors gentle timing and steady release. Our jaw tension and bruxism encode forbidden words and nocturnal negotiations with invisible audiences. Warm compresses, tongue drops, and the sentence "I can be clear and kind" retrain the night watch. Thyroid fatigue symbolically mirrors energy economics. Chronic overgiving and underreceiving create hormonal echoes. Dignified receiving and calibrated output become medicine for both finance and physiology. Chest tightness marks grief unspoken and victories uncelebrated. The temple breath widens the aisle for tears and for applause so the choir can sing again. Gut turbulence signals too many inputs and too few completions. The body asks for editorial courage, fewer drafts, cleaner endings, honest pauses. Liberation route 1. Name the sensation without story. Warmth, tight, buzz, hollow. 2. Locate with a palm and 3 slow exhales. Presence reduces unnecessary guard labor. 3. Link the signal to a chapter. The body relaxes when biography meets biology. 4. Move a completion gesture. Swallow with awareness. Roll the shoulders. Bow the head. Step forward. 5. Message the tissue with a single sentence. I equal pace and permission. My voice enjoys clean edges. My silence nourishes rather than hides. 6. Map a micro behavior that proves the new instruction to the brain. Record a 60-second truth. Send one clean email. Decline one misfit call. Approve one joyful rest. Ancestral echoes often sing through the throat. A grandparent who survived by whispering may still guard the volume. A parent who overperformed may still tune the key toward applause. You honor them by ending the emergency and carrying forward the courage. Keep the melody of resilience. Release the tempo of fear. Install the lineage instruction that generosity travels best with proportion. Trakararielm. Section 4. Quantum NLP Tools. Language steers attention. Submodalities steer experience. Repetition steers identity. Anchor each tool in breath and body so the temple holds the change. Tool 1. Prosody Reset Protocol. 1. Sit tall with soft eyes. Inhale for 4, exhale for 8, 6 cycles. 2. Speak a single sentence at half speed. Place a fingertip on the sternum to mirror warmth to the vagus. 3. Add a 2-second pause after each period. Let silence do part of the labor. 4. Record and replay. Notice tone, tempo, and texture. Adjust one variable at a time. 5. Use before difficult conversations, sales calls, performances, and prayers. Tool 2. The 3-line truth. 1. Line 1 names reality without blame. This is my current capacity and scope. 2. Line 2 names desire without apology. This is the outcome I commit to serve. 3. Line 3 names boundary with kindness. This is the path and rhythm that keep excellence alive. Read aloud 3 times. Deliver without defending. The brain respects brevity that carries love. Tool 3. The Echo Method. 1. Mirror back the essence of what you heard before offering your note. I hear that timing matters and clarity reduces your risk. 2. Offer your calibrated statement. I can deliver with precision at this rhythm. 3. Seal with a next step that the body can complete inside the day. I will send the 1-page brief before sunset. Tool 4. Submodalities of sound. 1. Imagine the inner voice that sabotages. Notice volume, distance, tone. 2. Move it to a corner of the room, lower the volume, and shift tone to friendly monotone. 3. Bring forward a trusted mentor voice. Increase warmth, proximity, and steadiness. 4. Link that mentor tone to a physical anchor, such as thumb to middle finger. 5. Fire the anchor before key moments until the state arrives on cue. Tool 5. Micro-exposure ladder for visibility. 1. Day 1 posts a single honest sentence. Second day posts a 60-second audio. Third day 3 shares a paragraph that teaches one principle or gives one story with a clean takeaway. Fourth day 4 opens a gentle invitation. Fifth day 5 rests. Repeat each week. The nervous system learns that visibility can be rhythmic rather than catastrophic. Tool 6. No drama dialogue framework. Content stays specific. Tone stays warm. Timing honors capacity. Questions become statements of need and offer. Pauses carry weight equal to words. Use in collaborations and intimate relationships so the temple does not echo with unnecessary storms. Tool 7. Identity beacons for the voice. I am a clear channel for truth that nourishes. I am a generous instrument whose rests are as musical as my notes. I am a precise builder of value and beauty through words and silences. Read upon waking and before sleep with 5 slow breaths. Identity stabilizes when spoken consistently. Section 5. Spiritual Perspective and Christic Consciousness. The first architecture was sound. Logos breathes as pattern. Om carries the memory of beginnings. Christic consciousness transmits unity that honors difference through speech that blesses without flattening. Right speech moves as 5 seals: truthful, beneficial, timely, kind, necessary. These seals do not soften power, they refine it. Power becomes medicine instead of theater. Buddhist emptiness adds a clean horizon. Words release their stickiness and become vessels rather than chains. Attachment loosens, flow returns. Psychomagic offers playful precision. Ring a small bell before creative work to invite coherence. Place a blue ribbon around the microphone or pen to assign the archetype of clear river. Tie a red thread around the wrist for 1 moon cycle as a vow to speak in proportions that protect vitality. Cut the thread at completion to teach the body that seasons end and begin without drama. Starkin tune the choir. Arcturian. Engineers emit blue lattices of order that clarify systems and sentences. PLEIADIAN. Allies sing green-gold harmonics that amplify joy and collaboration. Andromedan. Sages provide crystalline focus so that communication becomes data and grace rather than theater and fog. Seraphic. Currents lift the chest and give courage that glows without smoke. The spheres of consciousness ring like bells in a sky-sized nave. The altar is your breath. The tithe is your attention. The sacrament is your next honest line. Codes for the temple of voice turn on through practice. Clarity equals kindness, multiplied over time. Silence equals nourishment when chosen, not punishment when forced. Boundaries equal acoustics that make love audible. Wealth equals value in motion through words that build trust. Leadership equals the courage to say less and mean more. Section 6. Integrative Ritual. Ritual name. The chalice and the bell. Materials: a small cup or chalice with water, a candle, a smooth stone, a bell or a glass that can ring, paper and pen. Steps: 1. Prepare the altar. Place the candle in front, water to the left, stone to the right, paper at the center. 2. Light and breathe. 6 cycles of 4 in and 8 out. Let the flame teach steadiness. 3. Write 1 line that you wish to retire from your speech. Example style stays precise. I rush to be believed. I explain to avoid loss. I underprice to be chosen. Fold the paper under the stone. 4. Ring the bell once. While exhaling, imagine dust lifting from pews and windows opening. 5. Speak a new line that fits your life and capacity. I speak at the pace of trust. I create value and price with dignity. I let silence finish my sentences. 6. Sip the water slowly. Let the chalice name your body a sacred instrument. 7. Close with a micropledge. Record a 60-second message. Send 1 boundary email. Read 1 poem out loud to yourself in the mirror with soft eyes. 8. Keep the stone visible for 7 days as a weight of commitment. On day 7, burn or tear the old line and scatter ashes in soil or water. Daily practice. Hand on sternum, hand on navel. Whisper 3 lines. I center. I resonate. I choose timing. Smile gently and proceed. Sabolarla. Applications by domain. Body. Morning hum for 2 minutes to vibrate sinuses and chest, then 1 minute of tongue drop to relax jaw. Longer exhales before calls and performances to shift state into safety. Evening hip flexor release to end locomotion signals and invite rest. Mind. A weekly editorial council to prune messaging and protect pace. A no urgency clause during creative storm. The line remains constant. This is energy moving. 20 minutes of reading aloud from a trusted text to refine diction and rhythm. Emotions. Color legend for fast alchemy. Red protects boundaries. Blue irrigates compassion. Yellow sharpens alertness. Green invites play. 1 minute micro grief after endings, so the temple does not store echoes as armor. Field. altar refresh each Sunday with a symbol for presence, truth, beauty, courage, stewardship. Noon gratitude broadcast to 5 beings or places. The echo returns as invitations that fit. Relationships. Consent gate for calendar and messaging. Invitations pass through capacity and value alignment. Celebration ritual for micro wins, so momentum senses that it lives in a grateful house. Wealth and work. Value ledger each day. 3 entries of value created or delivered. Friday integrity audit. 1 promise kept, 1 promise renegotiated, 1 promise released. Reputation compounds through honest arithmetic. Sankralas. Christic heart codes for speech. Innocence inside adult skill becomes authority without harm. Humility that knows its gifts sounds like warmth rather than apology. Mercy toward the self ends the civil war that drains genius. Joy without external reason becomes an oracle louder than fear. Peace in the cells magnetizes benevolent outcomes without strain. These do not demand perfection, they request return, return to breath, return to sincerity, return to the next right sentence. Tiutoro, sovereign decrees, I choose coherence over noise, I choose devotion over drama, I choose proportional giving and dignified receiving, I choose artistry with measurable results, I choose rest as a builder of precision. I choose leadership that listens. I choose presence that plays. Walk as you voice these lines. Each step prints a vow into fascia and field. Terninera. Quantum affirmations with somatic anchors. My jaw softens and the roof of my mouth lifts. My voice travels without strain. My chest warms and the breath slows. Safety colors my tone. My belly settles and my spine lengthens. Timing aligns with grace. My gaze softens and my hands open. Generosity circulates within clear edges. My feet root and my crown brightens. Words carry truth that nourishes. Pause 2 seconds after each line so the imprint lands. High vibration closing. Master phrase. A truthful voice becomes a living sanctuary where courage and tenderness make the same sound. 24-hour quantum challenge. Record a single 60-second message that names 1 value, 1 boundary, and 1 invitation. Share it with 1 aligned person or platform. Log the sensations before and after, then celebrate with 3 slow exhales and 1 sip of water as a toast to the temple. Activation code OMRATHALUMENVOX. Speak it thrice with relaxed eyes and open palms. Let the code travel through the throat, heart, and belly, shaping the day ahead with resonance and ease. Con amor, Andrew.